Hello everyone, this is Fire and welcome to the VtopiaSMP server. We're playing modern Minecraft. We're on here with another group of smaller VTubers. This server was set up by Bunny Elisu, so if you want to check her out, I will leave her in the description below. But we're on here on a modded server. It's still Minecraft and it's not day one, but we're still pretty early on into our Minecraft adventure here. Unfortunately, we had some server issues, so we're not starting day one, but we are starting with basically nothing but a little bit of a base over there. Where you can see the bamboo. There's about 3 chests over there, and you see some of my chests over there. That's literally all we have to our name, apart from the stuff on our back. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the servers. First off, we have some racial traits. So we got to pick this when we first logged into a server. I've got shulker abilities, so I have an extra inventory right here where this stuff I won't lose, which is really good because it means I can just put really valuable stuff in here that I need to pull out occasionally, like the nature's compass, and I don't need to worry about losing it because I can just put it back in after we're done. We also have the minimap, so we've got Zero's minimap here. The minimap got reset apparently when our server got moved when we needed to fix it, but apparently all the data on it is still pretty much there, including the biomes that I've actually marked out based on the nature's compass, which is cool. Apart from that, we've got mostly architecture mods and nature mods, so a lot of creature mods, a lot of crop mods, or plant life, and we've got the biome, the standard biome mods. Biomes are plenty, and also I think it was what, the biomes you go or something. So we've got a good number of wood types to work with here, but I haven't seen any sand yet. We've got a lush desert marked out somewhere around here. Lush desert marked out. I also got a volcano. If it's kept my marker for that. Okay, didn't keep my marker for volcano, that's fine. But we have a volcano further down here somewhere, which will get us the other 2 types of sand. We have a decent amount of wood to work with, and we're also building here inside a fragmented forest. So we've got these giant stone piles, or yeah, it's giant stone pillars here. We've got a river running through here. So we look at the map. The river actually opens in from here. Spawn is... oh, I've taken out my spawn marker. Spawn is right here. So we've got the spot coming through here. We've got the river here. So we're going to have... essentially what I am envisioning is one giant arc, and then we're going to have buildings along the riverside and then up built against these giant pillars with bridges between them. That is the kind of vision we have right now, building way off the ground. Anyway, today, as the first build of being on the server, we're going to make the arbitrary giant old storeroom that stores everything until we make more specialized buildings for it. And we're going to put it right on that shore over there. So, the vision right now is to have something that looks like a shipping storeroom over here, somewhere where boats can come through the river and start unloading onto it. So we'll have a dock, we'll have this kind of storeroom onto the shore, just in this openish area. And then since we're looking at a place where ships unload their stock, we are going to include a kind of extra tower, little tower here, something like a customs building. Seeing as you know, when you're unloading a lot of stock, you need customs, right? So we're going to have like a little customs building connected to our storage here. We're also going to try not to build up too much because, you know, you aren't supposed to be able to lift a lot of things up and down stairs very easily. So we're going to try and keep the storage building one floor, or there are a couple of roofs in here that I've seen. So we've got roofs. I'm going to see if some of these can actually be used to act as a slope, which would be interesting. But I think that's the only kind of a sloped block we have. Do we actually have a sloped? We don't. Okay. Sure. That is current vision. So I'm going to go ahead and start clearing some of this out, and then we'll get started laying down the framework. Alright, so this is going to be our color palette. So this is maple planks that I'm using here. It's got a very much more texture compared to the other. I think this was what, Zavanska or something along those lines. Zelkova. But these have the standard vanilla color palette swapped planks, but maple here has a very intense color. But regardless, we're going to use this to go ahead and build our general layout here. So we're going to actually have the chests, which are going to be built out of ebony logs or planks, because I have plenty of those. So let's just put some chests down just to show off the current design. Alright, so our chests are going to kind of sit into these little alcoves produced by the slabs here, changing the height. Also, this means that I don't have to light this up quite as aggressively, seeing as things kind of spawn on the bottom half of a block. So a little bit dimmer for the storage room, which is pretty much a design I use for every single storage room I build. But we might actually push some of these walls back to make a bit more room in here, because it's actually a little bit tight right now. Might make the 7 wide in this exact area, and then also push this wall back to accommodate for the change of how the walls have to be done here to make space. Alright, a little bit of a change in plans. We've lowered the floor a little bit more, so this is actually coming a bit deeper into the ground. So it's actually very visibly from this angle now that we're actually going into the ground. You can see the level where we originally, and now we're going down. We're going to actually have this, so that this is still the bottom half of the slab. This is a staircase going up to the chest. And then we're going to have the chest line the walls on this side and on this side. We're going to actually remove the chest here and change the back wall here into some walls of special chests, like in the chest, maybe a craft table, and maybe an anvil. We'll stick it all over here. Or we'll actually see if we can add a slope of some kind of a more shallow slope that puts us into a secondary storage area, because this is a modern and we need a ton of storage, but we have no storage mods. We're going for a pretty wooden look because we have no tech mods or industrial mods, so we have to go with wood here. So we want looks that won't conflict with having a ton of wood everywhere. Alright, so another update. We're going to have a nice gentle slope coming through the back of here. So to make it look like it's something that can actually be traversed while carrying a lot of goods, we're going to very slowly bring this down using just slabs. We're going to slide this on down into the back here. I might try and change this out for roof tiles later, but that might make it very steep. So we're probably going to just keep it with these kind of slabs. We're going to bring it down so that we can at least get a 4 high with extra space on top. So probably a 5 high roof. This is actually going to be quite the way down, but we want it directly below this, ideally. We've got a river next to us, so hopefully I'm not going to dig into that. So that is the current goal. Alright, so, and this is our bottom floor. It's a little bit packed into here, but this is essentially the final look of our current underground area. We're using deep slate bricks as our backing, which just going to brace the top with the maple, seeing as our roof is already the maple floor from above. I don't want to change that too much. But that is going to be our storage. We've got a good number of chests here. Well, a good number is a bit of an understatement, but we have a good number of chests here, I'd like to say. Whereas the staircase, we'll just plop that in there, and we'll also replace a part of our flooring up here with upside down staircases, and we'll have that effect. So this is going to be our underground storage. Alright, so we are officially done with one building. The roof looks a little bit weird, which I don't know how much I like. Maybe we'll swap you out for a full block here, actually. Let's just fill that in real quick. That's not it. Okay, that's 2 slabs. Alright, well, we'll get that fixed, but this is essentially the roof. Ignore that hole there for a moment. For the most part, this is going to be the final actual outer structure. We're going to bang a wall out for a window once I decide on how to actually do windows. Whether it's going to be glass or it's going to be fence panes. But we've got the inside here now. We've got all the chests set up. We've got these red paper lanterns set up wherever we actually need light. So only this level, technically on top of this log right at the back, this level, this level, this level, this level, this level, and the thing right here can actually have spawns. So it's kind of dark, but it should, for the most part, work. Oh, I'm missing a chest here. But that is the final general physical structure of this building. You can see the what's a Selenko, something around the wood here, along with the bricks. Gets really dark looking down here, but I want this to look more like some kind of cold storage. You don't really have a lot of icy blocks here because no one's got Silk Touch, because enchanting, we don't know how to do it. Apparently the enchanting table don't work. But we've got this kind of like colder storage. We've got stone to kind of signify that. And then at the top, we've got the wooden structure and also the stone tunnel leading down with just a stone roof. This is actually the ground. So we come round over to here. Those stone stairs is actually right here, where you can see that the grass isn't growing onto it. The grass here actually spreads onto the stone. But unfortunately, right here, it's my stone stairs, because this is actually ground level. Maybe we'll hide this a bit better. We'll probably just bush it up. Once I'm done with building on both sides, we'll bush up the buildings to give a little bit of detail on the outside. Maybe take some of these rocks out. These rocks actually add a good bit of depth and texture, so I might keep them as well. But now we're going to work on the customs building, or the customs checkpoint tower. So the goal is to just have it right next to here. We're going to have them facing each other. The buildings don't quite face each other anymore because I've actually extended this one out that way and out towards this way a little bit. But we're going to have just a single tower, probably have 2 levels. We might take advantage of the terrain here already being kind of uneven to create a multi-entrance or multi-floor entrance building. So ideally we want the door for the staff and the door for the guests to be separate. So we'll probably have a door at the back, maybe actually coming in from the 2nd floor going down. And then we'll have the people who come out from the port, which I haven't actually decided fully on how to do the dock yet. But they'll come through here, they'll come to the customs here, check in, tell the people here what they're unloading into the storage here, and then everything will go into the storage. Well, that's the general idea here. But anyways, I'm going to start clearing out the stone here, and then we'll get to work. Alright, so here's a quick update. I think I'm going to get rid of this. Just looking at this, it makes me angry. Let's just get rid of that. So for this one, we can actually use the roof because it's 5 wide. So this is actually about as flat as a roof can be. I've got these beams here sticking out the sides to try and look like the support beams. Don't know how effective that looks right now. But it looks okay, I reckon, anyway. So we might keep that for a bit. We might actually change these end pieces into, I think they're strip logs that's similar to these regular logs where you can put 3 together and it'll turn into that's covered on all sides by the side texture. So we might do that. I don't know how much I like the very square texture here just sticking out, but that's the kind of support beams we've got here. I can't actually get on the roof anymore, but the roof ends before it actually comes off the edge, which is my issue because this is as flat as my roof can get, I think. I'm actually not too sure. Let me just make another... This was lower roof. Let me just make some of these. If I put these here, what does it look like? Yeah, I don't really like... Because there's no... I don't think there's any of just this hanging off the side, which is what I really want right now. That's the best you can get is this kind of roof here, but if you put on the top of a block, it turns upside down. So I just want like the roof tiles. I don't want the wooden part underneath, but apparently that's not a thing. So we're gonna have to live with this being very blocky. Because usually with this kind of roof will hang off a little bit, right? But this looks very blocky, but I kind of want to keep this kind of roof, unless I just go with another staircase roof like I did over there. Obviously, the top bit can still be this triangular style, which is very nice. But I'm going to stick one more lantern here, and then this might be complete. Alrighty, so we're done with these 2 builds. So we've got the stock here. I think about how I want to do this again at some point, but right now... I don't know how much I want to extend the ground area because I want to be building primarily up there. So we've got to figure out how to get a winding path that you can walk up into the stone spires. I don't know where exactly I want to start the buildings. I don't think I'll do it too high up to begin with, but we'll probably have a general amount of buildings kind of stretching maybe about this level, just about maybe 10-15-inch blocks off the ground. And then we'll have another set that goes higher up, and then we'll try and keep building up until we hit near the top. I might need to actually build a mob farm or a villager farm, because I am very low on iron, unfortunately. So we're going to need to do some automation, some actual Minecraft thing, rather than just building, to get the resources we need. Because we're at the start of Minecraft, and even though we're playing modded, we don't have any other crazy tech mods that make things really easy to duplicate. Also, I feel like someone's been nicking my stuff, because I've just kind of left them in chests and unclaimed chunks. I don't really mind it too much. It's just they keep taking the really valuable stuff. This got me a slight problem. But otherwise, that will be the plan for that. We're going to have a winding path going up from here as well, because we want this to be accessible by foot, which is going to be interesting. But I might change the deep slate out. The deep slate looks a bit too dark for my liking, especially if it's going to connect to any kind of wooden structure that isn't ebony, because ebony is also pitch black. I don't really like that, so we're going to switch that out. Probably just go for a more brown kind of color. We've got gray and green as our accents in this biome, so they should go okay with brown, especially the grays. Gray and brown always goes together, which is why Minecraft has worked so well with spruce and oak. But we'll get that done. We'll start a structure, probably have a bit of a road winding up through here to get onto the first level of buildings. We might have one more set of buildings down the ground, which might just be markets. Like the kind of market that, you know, a sailor comes in while the captain or whoever's in charge of logistics does their customs. They can go do their own thing, you know, buy food, buy some souvenirs maybe, and then get back on the boat and then keep sailing. But that will be for next time. So let's do one last run through of these buildings. Okay, so the custom building, it's pretty simple. We've got some chairs here. Unfortunately, Macau's, I think this is Macau's chairs, or furniture or something. Was it crayfish? Yeah, these are Macau's furniture. So unfortunately, it only works. Oh, crayfish has got it as well. But these ones only work for vanilla wood. So we've only got oak chairs and desks. But here is where the customs person's going to sit. They've got a little bit of storage behind them. We'll add some carpet once we have wool, but I don't have any mob farms set up yet, so that's going to have to wait. We've got a little lookout area, so whoever's up here can watch the people unloading their stuff over here. We might have to make a bit of a larger dock, just so that it looks like people can unload things here. We want it to be visible from this angle, so we've got this general bit of water area to work with this V shape. And then one extra run through of the storage building, which is very seen. We've got the chair here. We don't have any extra storage because we've got 10,000 chests lined up here, but we're going to have one in the chest here and maybe a smithing table. The basic blocks, oh, and an anvil. The basic blocks you need just for Minecrafting. Alright, but that is the first build project on the server for me done. We're gonna keep doing more build projects, so we might do some adventuring things. We've got a dungeon somewhere back there somewhere that I could also go down, but I am very poorly equipped, so I don't know if I want to walk down there so far. The only thing I have a lot of is food, seeing as the whales very conveniently kill squids for me, and I could just pick up all the remains and use that as food. Alright, but anyways, that will be it for today's build project. If you want to see more content from this channel, remember to subscribe. I'll be uploading more Minecraft, and also I do stream some other things, mainly live 2D related things, so you're interested in that, especially if you're part of the Vtuber community. Hey, I got commissions open. Just shameless plug right here. But as always, if you like the video, remember to leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next one.